Now, the Ego tool range grows year on year, and if you are Ego fans just like us, I bet you wait in anticipation to see what new releases are coming out. And we as a channel have been lucky enough to actually bring you a range video each year on the exclusive products coming out for the year ahead. So James and I went up to Ego HQ back in the autumn of last year to see this brand new range. Within that, we had a line trimmer attachment with powerload and line IQ. We had a new multi-tool motor unit, and also my personal favorite, the Dethatcher. Now in this video, we're going to check out the features and benefits of each tool, and we're going to put them to the test to actually see how effective they really are. So the things we're going to cover in this video is how does Line IQ work and powerload technology, obviously the features of this new motor unit, and also how effective this Dethatcher is. Now the grass area behind us we mowed last week, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down and shave it down with an Ego mower to just get it a little bit lower. We're going to do half the lawn with the Dethatcher and actually see the difference in quality between the two lawn areas, and then we'll do a bit of a clean up, and then we'll do a bit of a roundup. Right, first of all, let's tell you a little bit more about this multi-tool unit. So this is the PHX1600, the first Pro X multi-tool motor unit to be brought out by Ego. As you can see, we've got a carbon fiber shaft on it, which reduces the weight. We've got a 3-speed transmission with Bluetooth connectivity, which I'll show you in a moment. It is IPX5 weather resistant, so it means it can withstand small jets of water, so ideal if you're going to be using it professionally out in the rain. And also it's powerload capable, so it means we can obviously link it up to this line attachment just here. So it's got an upgraded motor and PCB board, which is obviously designed for tougher jobs, and the machine itself has got a 1600 watt motor, which is equivalent to 35 cc. Bare unit weight is 2.95 kilos, and if you've got any other multi-tool attachments, they will fit into this machine. So you might have a snow shovel, you might have a cultivator, hedge cutter, or even a pole saw. They will fit into this new unit. The other thing I do like is this really comfortable rubber grip we've got up here. Now let's link it up to the phone and see what sort of features we can get from the connectivity, or the Bluetooth connectivity from this machine. Right, so as simple as popping the battery in, flicking the throttle, opening up your app, and it will basically link up and find it via Bluetooth. So there we go. We have got our PH1600 there. Now it's telling us at the moment we've got 95% battery charge, and we've got a 5 amp hour battery in here at the moment, which actually has got 4.75 amp hour capacity, so that's pretty good. It also tells us our firmware and if it's up to date, and we can get our user manual and also register the machine. Now I've always said it in the past, I've never been a great lover of Bluetooth connectivity, especially on power tools. You just want to slot your battery in or put your petrol in and just go. But actually, the more I come to use these sort of tools and see the features that are built into these apps, it really does make a bit of a difference, because you might have a fleet of tools, you might have a gang of guys going out doing lawn maintenance or hedge cutting, and it's just a good indication of what hours these machines are doing and at what point you need to do any maintenance. So that's the multi-tool unit. Let's fix up the line trimmer and tell you a little bit more about this new attachment. Now, probably most of you that are Ego lovers will know what powerload technology is, but for those of you that haven't seen it before, it's as simple as basically when your nylon runs out the head, bringing the nylon through, so you thread it through the head itself, you bring an even amount of line through each side, and with a battery in and just holding the line back like that, there's actually a button just there, and all you do is press the button and it winds the line in. How cool is that? Now, this technology from Ego has been around for a few years, but it's the first time they've actually put it on a Line IQ head, and all you do is just keep pushing the button until the line gets to the length you want. That's cool. That is seriously cool. So the big thing with the STA1700 is it comes with powerload technology and Line IQ. This is the first multi-tool line trimmer attachment to feature both. But what is Line IQ? Well, Line IQ is an automatic line feeding system. There is no need to bump the head, and it provides a continuous cutting swath. When the line drops down in length, it automatically puts out the next bit. This reduces the amount of wear and tear on the head and is a big time saver, because you can carry on with your work without the need for tapping. It's also really convenient and easy to use and saves those bumping rings you may get on your lawn. But what about the other features of this attachment? Well, it has a carbon fibre shaft, it is IPX4 weather rated, and also has a decent 432mm cutting swath. But there are a few things to note. It only accepts 2.4mm line, and it will not accept a metal brush cutter blade, due to the tech that's in its head itself. You also cannot use this tool in the older generation of multi-tool power units, due to the different connections on the shaft. Right, that's the trimming done. Let's find my favourite mower, my Ego mower, suck it all up, and then we'll get the dethatcher going. And that is the Ego LM2236 ESP. Now, James and I have reviewed this mower and put it up against an older model. So we're going to link this one at the end of this video if you want to see more on this machine. Now, this is another brand new model for 2025. And it is pretty gorgeous, isn't it? I've got a 10 amp hour battery fitted in. Let's mow our ground, get it down a little bit lower, and then we'll hook up the dethatcher and actually see what the dethatcher can really do. So that's one thing I love about this mower, it collects well. Look how much grass and debris we've got in our grass bag. Now, as you can see, there's a little bit of sort of thatchy, mossy sort of stuff in there. Now, the lawn here has never been scarified or dethatched, should we say. And it's not really the right time of year to be doing it because we are, you know, sort of middle of the summer. You probably do it in the spring or the autumn to really get in there and for it to really make a big impact. But what we'll do is we'll set it on a sort of a slightly higher height, the dethatcher. So we're kind of like tickling the surface, shall we say, because there is moss in here, there is weeds, but it will just be interesting to see actually how well this machine does work. So let's fix it up to our Multitool motor unit and get dethatching. So Ego have named this model the DA1400. So it is a singular cylinder design underneath with what I would call spring tines. So there's a series of these spring tines that obviously rotate and get the thatch out your lawn. So a bit like claws, should we say. Now in the box there is also spare springs, so if any go missing, you've got them to hand. The height adjustment, there is 3 heights. So you've got low, up to high. We'll probably start on high and see what sort of effect we get. Obviously it's on wheels. We'll put it onto the multi-tool unit and then it's a push motion with the rear of the machine having a flap, a discharge flap to stop any debris obviously kicking up. Now this tool actually spins at 3000 RPM, so it goes at some rate, so I'm expecting some big things from this. Unlike the multi-tool motor that is IPX5 rated, this is IPX4 rated, so this is splash weatherproof. It weighs 7.4 kilos and the total width of it is 615 millimeters. Now the total working width is 381 millimeters and each one of these springs is replaceable, but just sliding it in and out. Now Ego might have got something up their sleeve because this is bolted in position with 2 hexagon bolts into presumably a drive gear on the side. So I'm wondering whether or not Ego will bring out any series of cartridges that may feed into it to make it more universal. But that might be something for the future. And just like the line trimmer, it slots into our multi-tool, do up the wing nut, and we are ready to go. Now we're going to dissect the lawn from the bottom corner up to the pillar at the top, and we're going to see the difference between one side of the lawn to the next. Let's rev it up and get going. Well, it's doing something. It's getting bits out. I think we ought to drop it down to height 2 though. Getting a bit lower. That's better. God, that's better, isn't it? Look at that. Really raking it out. Look at all that dead grass and growth you don't want in there. Clover. Cool. Right, let's do this bit over here and then we'll see what it looks like compared to that. Now I have noticed I'm on speed 1, so let's lap it up to speed 3 and see what it can do. Good job done. Right, let's get the mower back, hoover up all our debris and then have a look in the actual grass and see what difference there is from this side to this side. Right, so it's all hoovered up. Now, I actually set the mower height up one more from what it was cutting at, so it's cutting slightly higher, so it's literally just sucking everything up and not cutting fresh growth. Let's have a look and see how much we've got in the box. Look at that. And I spilled a bit out. Look how much debris we pulled up. That is stuff that I haven't cut with the mower. This is stuff that's just come out from that Dethatcher on just this little small area here. Can't be any bigger than what, 20 meters squared, something like that. Absolutely amazing for a machine like that, cordless, on a multi-tool. Absolute game changer. Let's get down close and see if we can see a little bit of a difference between the two lawn areas. Now this is a particularly bad bit of lawn area which we haven't touched with the Dethatcher yet, and as you can see there's a lot of weed. There's a bit of thatch in there as well, and if we get down really low, there is real dry stuff that really needs dragging out from the base of the lawn. Let's check on the area that we've done with the Dethatcher. And yeah, here you can see obviously the Dethatcher starting to pull out the weeds and the clover that's in there. Got a very small amount of moss left in the base of the lawn. But if we were to go the other direction as well, obviously we've just gone up and down the lawn, but if we were to change the angle next time we dethatch, so if we're in the spring, the autumn, you might do it 2 if not 3 times throughout that season, change your angle. Obviously that angle then the spring times will be working at a different way, so in theory it'll give you even more impact. But yeah, that is a lovely addition to the Ego range. I think the thing to remember with this as well is it's designed for post-stamped gardens, areas where you can't get a large commercial machine in. It's not designed to replace it. And I think being so compact, it means going underneath bushes or areas where you might have a lawn where you've got to lift a machine in. This will really come into its own. So there we have the STA1700, we have the DA1400 and the PHX1600 from Ego, all brand new tools for the 2025 lineup. Now I can't wait to see what is coming for 2026, but we'll have to wait a few more months to get our hands on those. But what I wanted to finish with was having a quick look at the Bluetooth and the setup on this one, because it's now showing me that we've got 30% battery remaining and we've got 1.5 amp hours of battery energy remaining. Neat, very neat Ego. Anyway, we're Machinery Nation and we bring you product videos every week all about tools and machinery. We've got loads more Ego content to come, so like, subscribe and ding that notification bell, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Cheerio!